Yeah, it's interesting. I have a little bit of experience, not with dating anyone that's black. I definitely am intrigued by. I am definitely interested in. I am definitely have not, with all due respect, had a taste, but I'm not against it by any.
Yeah.
Not against
Look,
it. Not against it.
I'm
But
I'm already knowing.
I used to work out in the gym up in Smyrna, right there close to the Battery, like over where the Braves play. And it's, I mean, the gym's probably like 95% black, right? Like
Hmm.
maybe like 4% Asian and Hispanic, and then three white people, and I'm one of them. And so that was a very interesting culture shock, because I grew up predominantly white. I grew up in Peachtree City, golf cart capital.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we had like literally, I went to McIntosh High School. We had maybe maybe we were 4% black, maybe 5% black max. Went to UGA. It was a little bit more of a mix, but I still kind of stayed in the fraternity scene and the bar scene, and that's more predominantly white again. But I think it's interesting that you say that there's just some sideways talk and some sideways hate there, because I even saw, not in my experience, but seeing white women in the gym around black male trainers. The black women, dude, the black women in there, and I'm generalizing, I'm definitely broad
Hmm.
stroking right now, but there was hate thrown around for no reason.
Yeah.
There was always chirping behind people's backs, never to anybody, but always about that person. And there was multiple white female trainers that were in there that would always grab the attention. I mean, it's regardless of what they look like, it's easy to stand out when
Yeah.
you are the minority, in any regard. So, I mean, have you caught flack from people that you love that are friends of yours, or like, is that something that just exists, not so much culturally but more so on an individual level? Because I feel like that's something that I've seen there, but I mean, that's really the only experience that I have seen, that witnessing black women being upset with black men looking at white women.
Yeah. So in my life, I guess uh my friends and everything, man, like and I speak on me being in college. So like in college, it was like me and Sam, like I felt like we was like the couple that like almost everybody wanted to be. So uh people honestly like they looked up to us like for real, like, and it wasn't because we weren't going in that bar scene and everything like that. Like that just wasn't the type of person that I was, like, especially after a football game. Like I just wanted to kick back, watch some more football. Like man, I was just that was a good night to me. But and she definitely wasn't that type of girl either. So it was like, why would we sit there and go out if that's not what we're gonna do? Regardless of the fact though, like I said, man, I just feel like everybody like looked up to us, regardless of our race or anything like that. It was just one of those things where like, man, like that's not a black dude with a white girl. Like that's just Nick and Sam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's who that is. Like it's they didn't really put like a race on it. Now it probably did happen early in our relationship. Uh, that's what I'm saying. I would, that's just naive of me to think that it didn't happen, or that it probably still doesn't happen with some of the, we meet new people every day. Like she's currently in dental school and stuff like that. And she, I bet money she probably has some like dental friends that sat there and question. But it's like everybody that ends up like meeting me, and I'm not just trying to like brag on myself or anything like that, or like everybody like my friends that end up meeting Sam, they're just like, man, she's like the perfect fit for you. You know what I'm saying? Like man, like that really is your person, and they can see that. That's why I was saying like people would always think that me and Sam are like that ideal couple that you like would want to have. So catching hate, like I said, most of the time I'm not even in the mix of it anyway. And like I said earlier, talking to Sae'Von, it was like, man, I'm 6'4", 245, 240 pounds. Nobody's gonna come up to me and say, oh, well, we don't like you being in that relationship or anything like that. Like that's crazy. Like they're not gonna tell me that to my face. So I wasn't even worried about it majority of the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably did catch hate uh outside of my face, but I don't really know, man. I like I said, I try not to get in confrontations with people and stuff like that, especially over something like that. Like you don't look, you barely probably even know me. like don't speak on nothing like that if you don't really know it. That's what I would try to tell them. So
And I think what I heard from what you're saying, this is one of those things that seems very obvious, but because you are not a caricature of a black male, and I'm
yeah,
assuming her not being a caricature of a white female, it's just people they feel that energy, so they don't bring that energy to you
yeah,
of trying to put you in this box of, oh, they supposed to act like XYZ, because it's
hmm
usually based on a bunch of stereotypes that are hyped up versions of a subset of people.
yeah, yeah, bro. Very much, very much. Whenever, like I said, you see those, and what makes it so bad, you see those like stigmas and stuff that always happen, and that didn't help like anything that we had going on. So like I said, man, being in a predominantly white school, of course I was gonna probably wind up with a
Mm-hmm.
white girl just because that's all that was.
Statistics.
Yeah, like this is just based off of numbers, bro. Like I it was a better chance. So uh man, there's nothing that you could really even I guess put into words with that. But I mean, just like I said, meeting Sam, it was just one of those things where I Sam could have been black and we still would have clicked just because it was
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, like I done already been up to your city. I done played against your brother, didn't even know it. So like we already crossed paths before I even like spoke a word to you. We ended up going to the same university. We got like the same like goals, like everything. Like man, same ambitions. Bro, like, whenever like I'm so competitive with her, like I don't even like if we both driving down the street, I will not let this girl beat me down the street. If we cooking together, I'm gonna cook whatever I'm cooking first before you even get the chance to like finish cooking it. So it was just like we just clicking so much on a deeper level. She could have been there green, blue, pink, purple. It don't matter, man. Like I would like
Yeah.
still would have been vibing with her to this day, like just like we are. So that's how I looked at it, man.